it's fine. We're all just here to have fun and read poetry and enjoy each other's company. So like, it's all good. Blanket statement. Okay, I think that I had other stuff I wanted to say, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. We have a full house. Please, we can all help each other out by keeping tonight pretty snappy. We made room for a couple extra poets because we want to hear as much poetry as possible. But let's just kind of keep it snappy. Yeah, just like that. And you can keep that snappiness going right into our introduction for the guy who makes it all happen. Everybody, please get as loud as possible for Masaki Takahashi.
All right, we're gonna have like 30 people. All right. Yeah. We're trying. That's Dylan's fault. Dylan wants to like be nice to everybody. I'm like, God, tough luck, yo. Move on. Come back next year. It is what it is, right? But here are the rules of this open mic, and I liked what Claire said last time, and I need to explain to y'all. These are boundaries because we have so many people. You're not the only person in this room. So to respect the other poets, to respect the audience, and to respect the venue and everybody's time, we need to make it snappy and move the fuck on, okay? You are all welcome, but you will be treated as the energy you put out. If you're an asshole, we'll treat you like that. There's no rules on language and content. You're an adult. Being jarring for the sake of being jarring is fucking not dope. 3, each person gets to sign up once per event and share one poem. Your time on stage should not be longer than 5 minutes. Let's move it to 3 or 4 people. If your poem is longer than 5 minutes, it sucks. You need to edit it. I guarantee you that. And it's okay to suck and be bad at things, but hopefully, not today. You're on stage to share your original poem. Try to make sure you somewhat edit your poem. You should not be reading your poem out loud for the first time on stage. This is where Claire, if she was here, I don't agree with that. But she's running on white people time. White people are always late with my apology. Don't yell into the mic. It's not dope. It's super annoying, actually. There are people who are sensitive to loud sounds. Why would you be so comfortable being that annoying? Hosts will announce who is next and who is on deck. On deck meaning the person afterwards. Example, Maddie Smith gave up her spot, so I gave up Maddie Smith my spot. So the first person will be Maddie Smith. On deck will be the Madeline Smith. I thought it'd be hilarious to have them go back to back. That's all it is. If you're reading from your phone or book, make sure to have it pulled up before you get called on stage. If you're not ready, then we will move on to the next. Please don't do that one of those, should I read a new one or should I do this new one? Like, get the fuck off the stage, like, it's not charming. Please, no disclaimers. You're supposed to just go and believe in your poem. I don't give a fuck when you wrote your poem. Just fucking read it. When we hear a hot line and you wanted that repeated, what do we say? Rewind. But if a motherfucker has that memorized, please don't say that, because I have horrible ADHD and that shit throws me off. For the people who, 11, and the last one, please do donate. Ways you can help support the Poetry Room without money is to invite people with money to the event. Invite people who do, so share on, you can also share on social media, tag the Robin Theater, tag the Poetry Room, and let's get this fucking shit started. Yeah. On deck, we have the Madeline Smith. Next, we got the Maddie Smith. Let's give it up for the Maddie Smith.
Once, when I was pretty enough to hurt, but not pretty enough to die, a man taught me how to hollow myself out. You see, the greatest thing a girl can be is a cavity, so men can hear their words echo in the hollow. Once, when I was old enough to know better, I decided that the best way to stop being prey was to start being a sacrifice. At least that way I would know when the knife would cut.
Oh shit! And that is why I said the Maddie Smith has to go first. Next. On deck, we're supposed to have Claire, but Claire's not here, so Charisma, you're on deck. Let's go.
You should just let me co-host.
What?
You should just let me co-host.
Not today. All right, you're on deck, but let's give it up for the Madeline Smith.
All right, this is Patient. The leaves glow green this summer day. My cup of tea nestled in a book, birdsong. In oak and breezy warmth, ask me to stay. A list of things resists a morning long. Prepare a move, prepare to leave. A coffee, lunch, a drink, a bar. I squeeze in moments, time we grieve. I found true love, it took me so far. New home ahead, I leave with joy. New friendship beginnings is what I needed. If I were to stay, it would just annoy. My worst nightmare is my life repeated. I find no comfort in explanation, only in someone who sits with me, patient.
On deck we got Melanie. Melanie, you're on deck. Next we got Charisma. Let's give it up for Charisma one more time.
Hi everybody.
Hi.
Much love to Masaki, Dylan, Claire, Jasper, and all of the people that make this possible. The title of this poem is Mayflower. For as long as you are still here, I want to plant a flower for every future we've spoken into existence for each other. Brother, you've been my inspiration for as long as I have known poetry. Peonies, playgrounds, the alphabet, the little red wagon you'd pull me in with stuffed animals lined up like students. You, little more than 1 year older, showed me meditation. Wrestling, writing left-handed, descending into the basement and studying all nights for a test score, tilting toward the eastward sky, following the sunflowers growing in front of the pine tree we persistently insisted that we would one day be able to climb. And I remember when I first learned to perform. My earliest work centered around Pop-Tarts, puzzles, smiling so bright that the clouds would part above us, the number of pizza slices you claimed you could eat in one sitting. And it is such a beautiful thing to know that I hold on to these defining moments in poems like a handful of pressed petals. I write this letter because nowadays bullets are flying into school windows and pollution is poisoning the words that we speak. But I saw this post that said to remind the people you love that April showers are temporary, and it is so human to replay the good memories, that even in the midst of chaos, there is a reason to keep going. And I wanted you to know that I still write poems about you because you've always encouraged me to reimagine how the world could be. And plus, I know the air ain't always pure and the future isn't always clear, so let me give you your flowers.
Aww.
While you are still here.
On deck we're gonna have DNC, you're on deck. Next we got Melanie. Let's give up for Melanie.
Alright, so tonight I'm giving flowers to the Maddie Smith, who originally gave up her spot for me. Thank you. This could be the last time, I told myself, grasping your hand. This could be the last time. But not a shred of me believed it. I traced the outline of your diamond ring, 27 years of promises on one finger. You are a product of the 80s with meticulously filed nails, half crescent moons. In your final days, you still held galaxies. How naive was I to call our quiet house a peaceful one. Promises and galaxies next to me, faith inside me. God said my faith, the size of a mustard seed, could move mountains, but it couldn't even budge a tumor. You always loved a sunrise and a sunset, Mom. How cruel. The sun rises and sets so reliably, like chestfuls of breath you'll never get to take again. There's a reason the church pew is empty. There's a reason I don't like mustard.
We got Dancy. Let's give up for Dancy.
Got it. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. I'm an old white guy, and this is a poem that's dedicated to Sir David Attenborough. You guys know who they are? Who he is? One of the great scientists of all time, but what a drag for Sir David Attenborough. Do not forgive the raping of the ocean, as if it were a quaint and childish notion. The bottom is being flattened where the draggers rule. Nothing moves, nothing grows, nothing lives here anymore. The decaying dead are scattered, random, rotting, wasted across the once fertile bottom, farther than we can see, farther than our imagination can dream. Death has had its dominion here. Shiva has been to visit, his swinging, deadly arms, destroying all that lived. The swirling sucked all the living into nets, ripped by adamantine chains, dragged across the fertile soil and sands into the nets of unforgiving greed, the nets that leave no living thing living. This death is not seen on the peaceful surface of the water, where commercial draggers do their slaughter. This killing is done by the stupid and the blind. It's out of sight, not out of mind.
Let's give it up for Dan one more time. We got Dr. Nicole on deck. Dr. Nicole on deck. Next we got Sydney. Let's give it up for Sydney.
She was 16 with tired eyes, too young to carry that disguise, a girl who learned to swallow pain like summer swallowing the rain. He was 17, sharp and lost, a boy already counting costs, with nicotine breath and restless hands, trying hard to act like a man. They met beneath the football lights, two lonely souls on autumn nights. She laughed like she had nothing wrong, and in that age where hearts burn fast, they swore their love was built to last. Like every teenager believes when desperation learns to dream. He'd drive too fast down empty roads, windows down, music overload. She'd lean her head against the glass, pretending pain was in the past. At 17, he played the part of someone tough, someone hard, but anger simmered in his chest like thunder never laid to rest. And she saw good in every scar, believed broken people shine the hardest stars. So when he snapped, she'd stay nearby, explaining every reason why. He stressed, he drinks, he had it rough, as if hurt could excuse enough. As if love meant standing still while someone slowly learns to kill the brightest pieces of your soul until you barely feel whole. The first time wasn't blackened skin, but cruel words digging deep within, a slammed car door, a shattered phone, the fear of being left alone. Then came apologies at dawn, his shaking voice to lean upon. I swear I'll change, please don't leave, and 16 still wanted to believe. So she stayed through winter nights, through drunken calls and screaming fights, through every tear and every bruise hidden carefully beneath her sleeves. At school they looked like any pair, young love tangled in the air. Nobody saw the war she fought every time his mood turned dark. He loved her in a broken way, like fire loves a house in flames, too damaged to know tenderness, too angry to show gentleness. And she confused his jealousy for proof that love ran deep. because no one teaches girls that pain and passion are not the same. One night, beneath the freezing rain, he grabbed her wrist and screamed her name. Streetlights flickered golden dim as fear finally set in, and something fragile in her chest stopped trying to call it love instead. At 17, she came to learn some hearts do not deserve your hurt, so she walked home through pouring skies, mascara rivers from her eyes, and though it felt like death to leave, there are wounds worse than grief, because 17 is still too young for fists and loaded tongues, too young to lose yourself to pain, just trying to make somebody stay. Years later, maybe they'll both see what youth and trauma came to be, two children standing in the dark, mistaking fire for a spark. But healing starts the moment truth breaks the illusion love abused, and somewhere past those reckless years, she'll learn real love does not draw tears, it does not bruise, it does not scare, it does not leave you gasping for air. Real love is calm, real love is kind, a safe place for a restless mind, and one day she'll finally know the bravest thing was letting go.
We got Elizabeth G. Next, we got Dr. Nicole. Let's give it up for Dr. Nicole.
Goldenrod aster, goldfinch grass, orbit intact, last year perching the husk, dropped seeds release, decease, every day streams belief. Now the paths scatter shadows, return racings of heart, outside patterns of need, devoted to remains, as tending death weaves nests, sustain quiet gathering, turn this aftermath of blooms, enter bowers in sharp decay, rest in chaos, deeply held eggs remain.
Let's give it up for Dr. Nicole! On deck, do we have is it a Katie? Caddy?
It's Katie.
Okay, cool. Katie, awesome. I know how to read. And next we got Elizabeth G.
Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm going to read a new poem.
New shit. Let's go.
So it's called Beyond the Golding and the Glitter. All along the boardwalk, bodies tinsel and shine, sizzle down the avenue, summer tanned and fine. Sultry reggae pulses from the windows of passing cars and pours from the open doors of bars and cafes. But out beyond the boardwalk, the ocean gleams and glides, and the tidal dial ticks and tucks. Time slides like a wave, once water, now wave, rising and cresting, coiling and colliding, falling, retreating, repeating, like the cycle of days, like the heart of a mammal, quivering with want and joy, throbbing, humming, slowing, ceasing, every beat a part of the flow.
Hi everyone. Sorry, I'm a little late. I live an hour and a half away, and I'm sometimes a little bit on white people time in my daily life. But my name is Claire.
I'm co-hosting the show. It's starting now. Thank you all so much for being here. Give it up for yourselves. Thanks. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into what's already been happening. Thank you all for being on time this evening. All right, on deck we have Skeeter, and up next we have Katie. Give it up for Katie, everybody.
It's all my fault.
I know, already beat me to it. All right, I'm gonna give flowers to my younger self because I feel like we all could have been a little bit nicer to our younger self. So I reach for love, but it's not there. A quiet ache in empty air. I watch them find what I can't hold, their hearts entwine, their hands to fold. I long for warmth, for someone near, but love seems distant, far unclear. The days go by, a silent plea to feel what others seem to be. The world around me swirls with cheer, while I just fade, unknown, sincere. I wonder if I'll ever know the touch and words that make hearts glow. In dreams I hold a love so sweet, but waking leaves me incomplete. I search for signs, for eyes to see, yet still I'm lost in what could be. And so I wait, a quiet song, hoping one day I'll prove them wrong, that I am worthy, soft and kind, of love that stays, of love to find.
Let's give it up for Katie! On deck, we're gonna have Jacob the Heartbreak with some music. And next we got Skeeter. Let's go! Let's give it up.
Hey, what's up, guys? I guess right now for what my poem is, I guess I gotta dedicate the flowers to the women because this is a poem I wrote for Women's History Month, or for Women's Month. See, it's her body, her choice until you try to extort it. It's her body, her choice until she's pro-abortion. Her body, her choice, but you're judging what she's wearing. It's her body, her choice, but it's her fault that the dudes keep on staring. It's her body, her choice, unless she says no. Her body, her choice, but sleeping with other guys is gonna make her a hoe. Her body, her choice, but she's a bitch if she doesn't put out. Her body, her choice, you're buying, but judging her when she's selling it out. It's her body, her choice, but her choices have limits. Her body needs to be a certain weight for society to consider her pretty. Now she stands on the scale and she's watching the digits. She was told that the women on TV always have the perfect body, so she gets out the tape and starts counting the inches. She was told that she has to give him her body just to prove that she loves him, so she lays on the bed as he gets on top and she counts down the minutes. So it's her body, no choice, her body, no voice, her body's the choice. She's screaming, it's her body, it's her body, it's her body. She's screaming, it's her body, but nobody listens, so they block out the noise. She looks at her body in the mirror to find imperfections to cover because people tend to make fun of it. Society likes to tell her that all body types are beautiful. Then why does she have a hard time falling in love with it? Why is she told that it's her body, her choice, but if she makes the wrong one, it will result in a punishment? Because in reality, her body don't belong to nobody, because here in the land of the free, it belongs to the government. See, she's going to have rights to her body, but she's not going to have much of it, because any choice that she wants to make with her body, now we have to make the white men in D.C. be the judge of it. They try to be slick. They want to reverse Roe versus Wade. They want to scream pro-life, 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 but once that baby is born, it's only her responsibility to take. I don't think that you understand that pro-choice doesn't mean that you agree with abortion. You just give it her choice to make. They're going to tell you to shout for your rights, but at the same time to lower your value, because the harder it is for you to fight, the quicker it is for you to throw in the towel. Dudes always be like, it's genetics when I lose my hairline at 25, but when a woman turns 30, you tell her she's losing her value. And because when it comes to these women, hell yeah, I'm about to put up a fight, because I'll be damned if I ever let my wife and my daughter ever lose all their rights. Because it's their body, it's their choice, it's their story, it's their choice. They scream for your rights. Now let's make all the noise. Be proud to be a woman. I want you to scream it out loud. Because how can a man speak on something he knows nothing about? Where her belly's so big, she cannot even get off the couch, feeling so insecure with her body that she doesn't even want to go out. You're not the one that's going to pee every hour or the one that's going to get those weird ass cravings. So quick to speak on somebody's body when it's not even your own that's changing. You're not the one pushing the kid out of a vagina or maybe even getting the C-section. You're not the one after the birth that's going to deal with the postpartum depression. You're not the one producing the milk from your body, but I bet you can go to the store and go get it. So now that I have a daughter, I'm going to give her heaven and earth. She's going to know that she's valued. She's going to know what she deserves. Because hell will freeze over before I let some sleazy ass dude or the government determine her worth. And that's that piece.
I'm deck. We're gonna have our co-host, 127 North to Claire, and then after that, Gabby, you up after Claire. So next, we got the heartbreak right now. Let's give it up for Jacob. We're ready for you all. Welcome to the most amazing event. I'm here.
We good to go?
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I do not get, my stage name is not The Heartbreak. I do not give myself that name. I can just say that.
I'll give it to it, right? It looks like it.
However, this is a love song I wrote.
Yeah, let's go!
This is a song called Played Out.
Let's go, gorgeous.
Songs for Saki.
Think back to the day you met her. Both hands tucked inside your sweater. Bad jokes, trying to impress her. She laughed to make you feel better. Leaving home together for college. Your first big adventure, a full tank and picture perfect weather. Just two kids, heading towards forever. Love of mine. After all this time, are you satisfied with the way our life was played out? Grown-ups dealing with the pressure of real life. All the storms we've weathered, it hasn't always been the best. That's true, but there isn't anyone for me but you. Love of mine. After all this time, are you satisfied with the way our life is played out?
my turn to go now. I'm gonna introduce myself and then come back and do it. Okay. My name is Claire once again. My poem today is short and sweet, and I know Masaki already said no disclaimers, even though I wasn't here. I just know he said that. And I'm gonna do it anyway. And be late. No worries. This is short and sweet, and it's a little bit on the nose with the like giving flowers, but not to sound really corny, which I don't even think exists in poetry or a space like this. This place has changed my life, seriously, and thanks guys. It's true, and I graduated from Michigan State a year ago, and I was like, oh, what now? In a good way, but also in a way, you know, I know that you get it. And I'm 23, which if you're 23, you're like, oh, what now? So it's been really great. Yeah, exactly. It's been really great to come back here still and still feel so like involved and a part of the community. And I just want to thank Saki and Dylan and all of you. Give it up for yourselves again. I mean, it's packed in here, and that's no coincidence. Like, this place is very special. And so I'm going to read a little something about that, and then we'll get right back to the action because I really want to hear everyone else and celebrate you all.
All right.
Okay.
That's what she's called.
Thanks. Okay. Oh, you're just a flower, the greatest there was in this time. You're every time, and I am here today, tomorrow, always. When I come here, I pray, look around and through. I am knees bent in the soil, and oh, you are just a garden. You bear what you must, hold your hands out, just to say thank you as the rain comes. I will use this, and oh, just look at us grow. We grow, we grow, we grow.
Aww.
Thanks for a great season of this, everyone, and obviously the next level, so I said I was leaving for a minute. Okay, so up next, on deck we have Elle, and up next we have the beautiful, the talented Gabby Yuri, my good friend and fashion icon. I'm going to talk while she kind of makes her way to the stage, because she's on top of the room. Give it up for her as she comes to the stage. Thank you, guys.
Wait, is Gabby up on the stage right now? Yo! I made an hour drive today because I missed you all so much. It's so lovely seeing all your faces, even if I'm in the far back and seeing you from the far back. This is old shit.
Old shit.
This one is called Bubblegum Pink. I was never meant to be a man's story, tying a tie like a noose around my throat. Not meant for you to tell your friends around the slip of a pill in her drink. I am Bubblegum Pink. 1-inch layer of stickers, bleach-stained shirt. I am liquor burning down your throat. I am be quiet, pattern clash, the tongue-in-cheek, lips smash. You can't capture me in a LinkedIn post with your JCPenney's button-up that you got for the frat formal, bitch. Bitch, shut up. I know what I am. I am more than the naked body, bodies moving, moaning, the oven turned on with a kissed cheek. I won't be your pastime, free of guilt, wild, low-rise sex dripping off my hips. I'm not that. I'm the life of the party. I flirt to hurt you, and I look good doing it. I'm your girlfriend's best friend. The best girl you got is me, all right? When I die, I want to be reincarnated as a girl. Same girl, the same wet smacking of lips, the comprehensive history of self-deprecation, all that and nothing more.
Rewind.
All that and nothing more? I will drink the beer, lipstick on teeth, I'll roll my eyes and wear the pigtails. It will be the same story. I'm not your story. I'm sweet, the guilt-free kind. I'm the shy girl, the mean girl, the out-of-this-world girl, the girl's girl. I am every girl there's ever been or will be, and it won't be yours. I'm not your girl. I'm not your story.
Gabby again. Now. All right. On deck we have the wonderful Aisha, and up next we have the wonderful Elle. Give it up for Elle, everybody.
Reeling, wanting, feeling something. Nothing thought of, made close to something. This body is nothing but a vessel in the middle of what may be an ocean. I've wondered if I was born something. I want to feel the whole world, graze each wave of the whole world. There's rent due for each dream, and my pockets are drained to the sea. I could have seen the whole world. And if I drowned right here, Neptune, if I drowned with you, Neptune, the days grow shorter after noon, and only I need sleep to dream, a planet of dreams, all for Neptune. The quiet after the touch of you, the last thing I felt were the hands of you, salt water on your fingertips. I could have been afraid to die, but I'd drown out the feeling of you. I swim better above the surface, exposed skin on the floating surface. I'll pick a self and I'll never hide, but until then, I drown again. Until then, I'll drown again.
Casey, next. We got Aisha. Let's go, Aisha! Aisha just graduated!
Hey, gorgeous.
Get your cameras ready. Everybody get your cameras out!
All right, this is new shit. I just graduated.
Let's go!
New shit because I'm trying to be more happy. So, I'm trying that. And this poem is titled Graduation. On May 2nd, adorned in gold and green and white cords, the cap on my head has gold butterflies glued to it, for I'm spreading my wings. As I walk the stage, I realize with the switch of a tassel that I have graduated. This is not a comprehensive list, in no particular order, of things I've graduated from. I've successfully graduated from not reading my poems out loud at least once before I come on the stage, sorry Masaki, to reading it over and over in my head again, but with a loud inner voice, because that's the same thing as speaking out loud, right? I graduated from refusing to wear turtlenecks, to not owning way too many thrifted vintage sweaters. I've outgrown many sensory disasters. But seriously, fuck ankle socks forever and always. I graduated from summer nights with red Solo cups catching fireflies after my childhood birthday parties, to a Solo cup of jungle juice Brad made at this party because, dude, you gotta try it, this shit is sick. That shit was ass, Brad. I graduated from vomiting my food after feeling guilty for eating 4 Texas Roadhouse rolls, to looking in the mirror and going, damn, that ass fat, and getting a little shake on my way out the bathroom because people pay to have an ass like mine. I can't rewind that. You see, it's not as celebrated, but I've graduated from writing suicide letters that lay crumpled in kitchen trash cans and hiding my Prozac at sleepovers because I was embarrassed to take meds. To have a gallon Ziploc of meds because now we're 23 and chronically ill and depressed, but at least there's no need for suicide letters, and that has disappeared, and in place are notifications for my therapy appointments. I've graduated from calling myself a loser for not hanging out with someone for 24/7 because I've been conditioned to think that everything I saw on social media was true. To loving my grandma hobbies and my herb garden and blasting Nickelback in my kitchen, alone and happy because sometimes that's called self-care. I've graduated from not having a driver's license to still not having a driver's license. But at least now I have a job that can pay for my Ubers. I graduated from allowing my name to be mispronounced. To fuck that, y'all need to try harder. If y'all can say Charlemagne Galifianakis, y'all can say a 4-letter word. I graduated from being 22 to being 23, which is 1 year younger than Rachel Green from Friends in season 1, and I don't know where the fuck my New York penthouse is, so at the moment my 4-bedroom and my shitty roommate in East Lansing, Michigan will have to do. I graduated from a size 20 pants to a size 24 because me and DoorDash are in an intimate relationship. I graduated from reading poorly written but interesting Wattpad fan fiction in 7th grade to reading poorly written but interesting rom-com smut at 23 because, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I call adulting. I've graduated from many things in life, and that's growth that deserves to be celebrated. Thank you. Okay. On
On deck we have Evie, and up next we have Casey. Give it up for Casey, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
I'm going to give flowers to anyone in this room who's lost a parent. And I'm glad you laughed a lot in the last one, because people keep reminding me, you know he loved you, right? When I die, no one I love will need reminding. Decided it's healthy to remember he is dead every day until it sticks. The night Dad got killed by a sleeping car, no one could stay with Mom except me. I'll never care what people think again because I've watched a good thing weep from her body and something bad curl up in its place. Dad loved my art and never told me, but he told others. I hated the need to impress him, but would welcome it now. I'd rather forget him than remember a glittery reflection of what was wanted. 3 days before Dad died, I spoke at his funeral in a dream. That's true. So when my sister called, I was not surprised. A woman walked up to me at the visitation and said, if you ever want to see your dad again, you need to get right with the Lord. I did not respond. I don't want to see my dad again. He's dead. I carry him with me in my chest and beneath my skull always, whether I want to or not. I believe in my body. And I picture Dad floating in the air, quiet, just watching me. He doesn't carry a body anymore. He's completely gone, not a stitch of him left. And if there was, it'd be scotch taped to my mom's refrigerator door or on the headboard on my dad's side of their old bed, because now it's just her bed. All the old photographs of Dad are at her eye level, so I don't notice him that much because he gave me his height. Dad looked short on the stretcher under the white sheet, and when I asked the funeral director why, he said his legs were pretty banged up in the crash, meaning they were gone. Mom said he broke every bone. I like the color yellow for death, or green, spring, something new tricked into life by instinct or impulse. Yellow like pus, green, infection, things to learn from, things that need emptying. The only reason Dad's photograph sits on my fireplace is because he's dead. Yellow used to mean cowardice. If the picture of Dad stays on the mantle, if I remember only the good or the bad, if I repeat his mistakes, I would be a coward. I drove past the graveyard today. His hands were on my mind. I remembered a photograph of him shaving away the tough bark of a fallen log, and I thought about how carpentry is an art. In the photograph, his eyes are fixed on the space between the wood, the blade, and his hands, and when employed by him as a teenager, I fought him at every turn. As an adult, I only worked for him a few times before he died, but after seeing the photograph, I respected him more somehow. I learned to listen. I sweat for 50 hours a week, often exhausted from the work, but then, after a month or two, I stood before a house we had built together, and I felt happy. 2 days before he passed, I dreamt about how he once built a jungle gym from wood scraps for some kids while he was on a missions trip. At his funeral, I asked Pastor to talk about creativity and wondered if Dad and I would have gotten along better if he had stayed alive. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Casey one more time! I'm going to make a quick plug about Casey as well. Casey is an executive director of the Kalamazoo Poetry Festival, so you can clap it up for that. On deck, we got Gabriel. We got Gabriel on deck. Next, we got Evie. Let's go, Evie!
Hi guys. This is my first time reading some. I would like to give flowers to the beautiful, gorgeous Mercedes and Jane for giving me the confidence to do this. This poem is called Sunyata. I had a baby once that lived in my bones and bled out of me like a door. She looked like flesh, smelled like flesh, loved like flesh, and I wadded her up like a gift and put it in my bathroom garbage. I was the size of a strawberry, or maybe a small fig, or maybe a star, this me that was her, for I could no longer bear to be simply me. If there is a now, if there is a she, I see her in all my blood everywhere all the time, pooled in my small hands for me and mine and no one else. My blood, mine. I no longer think that my body is a body at all, but rather a collection of negative space that fills up and empties like a pitcher. My body, the tin roof that thunders and sings with rain, collecting cordial in small veins before spitting it back to the earth in something like spite, but really more like reverence, more like ritual, like absorption, which looks at the sky for more, fist shaking at the moon. I'm ready. I told him once I was a hollow reed, a bubble, a shell you could put your ear to and hear the ocean, and he didn't understand. Not to blame him. What is there to understand about Sunyata? About form without fill, about a body scooped out, teeth bared, a field ripped up and left to frost over, a scaffolding that holds a soul, maybe. It took me years to know, and yet I still feel an echo, a claim struck in soft dirt that I am real, that I too have taken breath and danced upon the red earth. There is a painting of me with my face washed out with salt water and tallow, and no one yet knows what I'll be or have been. No one knows I, me, mine, this node, this brushstroke, this beat of a sparrow's wing, this feather on my cheek. The house has no tenant, and it is not sad. There's no scaffolding, and no soul at all, and it is not sad. There is no melancholy, only the tin roof and the rain.
Thinking about that. Thanks so much. Okay, on deck we have Nancy, and up next we have Gabriel. Everyone give it up for Gabriel.
This poem is called The F Word. This poem is called The F Word while walking down the street. Was it my hair, my clothes, the way I walk? This poem is called At Work, but everything's fine. We just thought you should be aware something happened. This poem is called To Identify Her Son and Lost Count of the Murder. This poem is called Like a Crow. This poem is called Home But Never Comes. This poem is called over to speak in low tones, to talk business. This poem is called Out. This poem is called To Serve Like a Ghost Orchid, plants that evolved so bugs could fuck. This poem is called Calder, barely balanced cantilever. This poem is called by its common name like a flower not yet extinct. This poem is cold. This poem is called On the Landline at 4:45 pre-dawn and has to deal with startled guardians. This poem is called Upon. Like by a burning bush, like here I am, like I am, like I am's, like trochees heavy-footed to the slaughter. This poem is called I Can't Stop Thinking About You, so I won't. This poem is called up to read in a second language. A third language. This poem is about done. This poem is called you, but you didn't answer, and I can't blame you. This poem is called Out. This poem is called out of their name so many times they find friends fighting for their name. This poem is called.
On deck, we got now next. We got Nancy knocks it out the park every single time. Let's give it up for Nancy knocks it out.
Okay, this poem, it's not new, but it was in the East Lansing Art Fair, the journal for this year. This is Flowers for All Waitresses, and this was an ode to my first job as a waitress at Harvey's Racetrack Inn and Tiki Bar. Yes, it was awesome. Maybelline Mama. She races 6 blocks down the sidewalk, her bottle blonde hair blazes brightly. And she's late for her breakfast shift again. Harvey, her boss, doesn't care as he points his silver spatula at her and screams her name real loud as if the customers can't hear him bellow as they bang out their empty coffee cups. She's a Maybelline mama with her name tag barely hanging on. There's a four-top in the corner with a baby chucking crackers, and six guys sit down at the counter and they all want separate checks as she pours out cups of Folgerd lavender cosmos and serves up plates of Crisco scrambled eggs. They don't hear her heart whirl whispered longings as she wipes down sticky tables and puts out creamer, paper napkins, and strawberry jam as she carefully hides her tips from Harvey in her tight black mini skirt. Dancing Queen and Fleetwood Mac's dreams play out on the jukebox as she takes her 10-minute break. She puts on another fresh coat of Great Lash, and she knows that she's born with it. She bats her lash stilettos and gives it all she's got, magic wanding her new bohemian mascaraed stars that she stirs and spills out over her blue-lined waitress pad.
All right. On deck, we have Mary Fox, and up next, we have Nell. Woo!
This is my first time doing something. I'm giving flowers to my grandmother. She's still with us, but we're losing her. Mamanya Nkoya Abena, Tuesday born girl. I am her reflection, her shadow, her name. I was born on a Tuesday just like Nana. But she doesn't call me Abena. To her, I am Sweet Pea. A tenderness spoken, a truth we both hold. My daddy calls her Mama Hicks, my mother calls her Ma, but to me, she is Nana. The root that grounds me, the trees that shade me, the root, the trunk, the soil of my belonging. Nana brought shea butter into my world, taught me how it heals, how it comforts. It's my ritual now. My skin carrying her lessons. She stitched me into being, her love sewn into a princess skirt, kept safe from kindergarten days to now. She taught me patience in the churn of ice cream, gratitude in the sweetness of peaches, but only enough for a single quart. Nyewo jijo nunya adidowe asi metumeo. Nyema tasio gake meka hamuo. My joy, knowledge is like a baobab tree. One person cannot encircle it with two arms. Never give up, but don't sweat it. You can kill more flies with honey than vinegar. Her wisdom dripped like nectar. Tap, tap, let me hear you scream. A celebration of triumphs, a reminder to honor my own greatness. Zerbert. She teased. You are so beautiful. I just love your smile. Her kitchen is a map of memories. Palava sauce, lentils, flatbread, bran muffins, zucchini bread, flautas, and peach ice cream spinning joy into time. I keep the recipes like love letters, reminders that she lives in every taste. She is the world I circle, the axis of my being. Once, she was just a village girl, eldest of 9. Through her mother's sacrifice, she broke the sky, rose to the place where American PhDs are forged. First, then my mother, then me. 3 firstborn daughters, highly decorated, highly achieving. Nana flew first, she burned a path, so my mother could walk it, so I could run it. This is lineage, women carrying women, until we reach the skies. We admired hot air balloons together, laughed at my sassy bearded dragons together, cooked and walked hand in hand, her pace setting my rhythm. Big Abena and little Abena, you cannot untangle this love. It is woven too deep. To know us is to see it, to feel the peace, the care, and the boundless joy. I love my Nana so, so much. She is my hero. I give my heart to her wisdom, my life to her vision, to Abena from Ghana. And I am proud, forever proud, to be her granddaughter, to carry her name, her story, and her unbroken legacy.
one more time. Can we hear claps if you want to hear new poets like Nell and Nell and Elle? That's hilarious. Yeah. Not too bad. Mercedes is on deck, and next we got Mary Fox. Let's give it up for Mary Fox.
I think I got it.
Oh, snap! Look at that.
All right. Where the twist begins is later in this poem. But for now, I write only how we all write of sorrow. I can package some feelings only in cliches. Honesty blooms, however, with painful awareness. The abused caretakers suffer. The cancer gripping him in its jaws. The poem till now reflects how everyone else saw it. They didn't feel death reverberating in my husband's chest, or recall his cough resounding across Myers 50 acres, or remember that other cough ringing through my brain that folded my father to a railing as he crossed over the highway to parking at Briggs Stadium, or fear the loneliness of dreams cut short by funeral flowers. I didn't want that flag as a daughter. And later, I didn't need to hear the title widow or to feel the house's chilly echoes to know I was alone. Yet the poem knows I was more than grateful to retrieve some part of myself that I had given up, and I enjoyed its homecoming as I buried myself in the emptiness of caring and thrust myself whole again into my own desires. And here is that twist. When I pivoted from love that stole me from myself, that hid me from who I am, I gave my sorrow voice, and set free, I breathe.
Mary Fox is awesome for a lot of reasons. She's also very humble. She was holding her book, so you should all buy her book, which I believe is on Amazon.
At the Robin Theater.
And the Robin Theater. More importantly, Jesus, do not do Amazon. Okay, sorry. Just had to say that. I love Mary Fox here. On deck we have Sophie, and up next we have Mercedes. Give it up.
Hello.
Hi.
This is old shit.
Old shit?
wind, don't you go without me. Take me, take me, take me. I wanna go with the wind. Don't leave me here alone. I wanna go. Please don't misunderstand. I can't stand to be alone. Will someone hold my hand, teach me to fly without getting so high? 'Cause I'm afraid of heights, but I dream to touch the sky. I wanna go with the wind. Don't you go without me. Take me, take me, take me. I wanna go with the wind. Don't leave me here alone. I wanna go.
On deck, we got Kelsey B. We got Kelsey B with a B-E-E. And next we got Sophie. Let's go up for Sophie.
I'm shorter than that. So this poem is a flower for anyone that's ever wanted to change anything about themselves. I'm not dirty. I'm just hairy. And it has kept me warm. It has kept me safe. From unrealistic expectations, it protects me from becoming an idea of a woman. But what if my hair is this long because it is looking for a home? It is looking for a place where long, glaring nails and bearded eyes live, looking for a place where her ancestors give her the strength to become. But what if my hair is this long because it is making a nest for my body to rest, and it grows from beneath my feet, circling up to my eyes, allowing me to feel and see that I am not dirty. That I am just hairy. And I am still deserving. Thank you.
On deck we have Misery, and up next we have Kelsey. Give it up for Kelsey.
Welcome back, Kelsey!
The flowers are for a younger version of me who went to the church next door, who was convinced that I was broken when I'm not.
Yeah.
Maybe someday, you'll take the Eucharist. Christ died for us, gave his body as stale crackers and dollar store grape juice. Maybe you'll drink and be glad the stale and sour juice doesn't burn quite as bad as it was when you last drank. In the irony, the ones surrounding you, don't deserve. Irony that the ones surrounding you think that they don't deserve the resurrection. The irony that these bones can breathe better away from the smoke and mirrors that once clogged these copper lungs. Maybe you'll be able to choke down and swallow. This is good. That this sanctuary can still rise a holy, holy, holy fucking resounding hallelujah. Maybe there is still space for grieving the loss and not taking up the cross and dragging it down with me. That I could be fully authentic and terrified that these walls could speak and say, it is well for me to be here. It is good for me to be here. It is good and right and well for these pews to be full of the unbroken. That this is just and good for them to be full of people that should not be here. Those that in their own mercy and humility grace us with their presence. Those that were once counted as unworthy by the pulpit. That's the fate I desire. To show up and do the hard work. To show up and say, I deserve to be in this chapel. I deserve to be on this stage. To resist cynicism and half full glasses. To begin to heal this beaten, breathing, and broken heart. This place of harm and holiness, of dust and disrepair, of shock and shaken hands. Should I show up and hope these walls will only speak truths to me? Thank you.
Let's give it for Kelsey one more time! We're down to our last 6 poets. We're down to our last 6 poets. This next poet, on deck we got Steven. Yep. And then we have the person that you want to keep you company all the time. That's why they're called Misery. Let's give it up for Misery.
How can you trap the view of a sunset on a beach, or the smell of ocean spray, the lingering taste of a margarita and the feel of the coarse sand? Memories aren't fragile, they don't shatter like glass. Instead, they leak like water through cupped fingers, needing something to hold them in. Pour the sky, the smell, the taste into a shell dug up from the beach, placed on a nightstand where you can touch it as you drift to sleep. A collection, the book whose pages sound like the Christmas you first opened it, the keychain that glimmers like the glare off skyscrapers, the shoes that always click like the tile off the dance floor. But the sunset always comes and the memories flow back out with the tides. You can't take them with you on your journey into the twilight, but a few drops remain in them here for us.
This is what I wrote for you after I was given the prompt. Justin, you write poems. Can you write something for her funeral? Make sure you write about how much she loved traveling. Which felt like a riddle because as far as I knew, the closest you came to traveling was scheduling other people's flights behind a computer screen, or the glacial moves from one room to another as your hoarding turned those spaces into temples that we are now left to slowly excavate. Wondering if any of the magazines in this pile that eventually broke your door under their weight held the places you were trying to go. Is there some secret we missed in this heap slowly making its way to the dumpster, to the person you wanted to be, soon to be burned or buried like you? Cancer rooted you to your bed in the end, but you were trapped here long before that. At least there is a finality to you are dying. I wonder if you realized when you chose to stop living. But this is not the poem for your funeral. The funeral is where we give out party favors of the memories we made up for you, where living with your sister is definitely the only family you ever wanted. The funeral is where we all pretend you lived to see yourself become a better person. The funeral is where you loved to travel. This is the poem for everyone else. I hope that no one feels the need to lie at your funerals.
On deck we have Chris, and up next we have Steven. Give it up.
Well, I have much respect for all you professionals. This is my first time. You're too kind, you didn't hear anything yet. All right, here we go. America's check engine light is on. And it could be anything and everything. Just ask ChatGPT. Could be the tire pressures, tires that are deflated from running over the poor, misrepresented, disillusioned, the marginalized. Its treads filled with crushed ambitions, hopes, and futures, and desires of the men, women, and children, the very people we call our fellow Americans. It could be that America's engine light oil is on, but I seriously doubt that. My educated guess is that America's brake pads that have been used so many times to stop integrity, the level playing field, equal opportunity for we the people, that they are completely and utterly metal to metal. Extremely difficult to stop, at least, if not impossible. Chat says if the engine light is solid, it's not immediately urgent, but it needs attention. If it's flashing, stop driving to avoid further damage. And if it's red, stop driving immediately and pull over. There's a serious malfunction that will cause catastrophe. America's check engine light is on, but I'm afraid all the good mechanics are either dead or retired.
On deck, we got Sabrina next. We got Chris. Let's go, Chris!
How y'all doing tonight?
Yeah! With that Goku shirt, too.
This is some new shit, actually.
New shit?
And just, oh shit.
Oh shit!
I just want to give my flowers to anybody that take care of their mental health, man. Cruising through life with a fishbowl, as if my thoughts are on display. Intrusive thoughts layered and woven, searching for solace with urgency. Pressure in my palms and a blanket of anxiety. The smile has seen the dreariest of days. Yet there's still hope through the turmoil. Days are long, but nights are forever. Nocturnal adventures filled with endless possibilities. Roll some cheap vacations, seeing visions of a life encrypted. As I cruise with my fishbowl, passing by fixtures molded by success, hearing the sounds of instruments and American muscle. This is home for me, my safe haven. The darkness is a bane of existence for some. I feel as if I was born in it. The pressure feels weightless, the blanket no longer overbearing. I'd much prefer this version of the man that looks back at me, because he knows the potential when he sees it. Reminders that I'm still in first with myself. Self-reflections after self-reflections to see the truth. Each day can be triumphant and pleasant. All it takes is to clean your fishbowl so your thoughts can swim better.
On deck we have Melissa, and up next we have Sabrina. Give it up for Sabrina, everybody.
Thank you guys. This is untitled love letter, so a flower going out to a friend of mine who's pissed off at me, and they have every reason to be. One of the biggest hurdles for me here is you. Every morning I wake up and watch cartoons. Kids' movies have become solace, but so have stoner comedies. Knowing you could just be platonically. But then you say dumb shit that makes my brain skip. Fiona and Shrek and Samurai Jack and the idea of sitting in silence. Although with you, it's never quiet. I hear this beat repeat over and over, a nagging itch in the back of my subconscious. I built a hedge and the animals are upset, trying to break through to you. I can only handle one person at a time, and she wants Disney, you haven't the slightest. She wants Disney, she wants The Notebook, she wants more stupid, silly looks. She wants to run around, up, down, and sideways, and come home to her person always. She loves, like Professor Snape, devotional outpours she can't escape. She is I, and I wish I knew why I can't stop thinking about you. Am I multifaceted or layered in fear and armor, praying for peace and accepting what's being offered, if it means something different than before, as long as it doesn't hurt me anymore? But I'm feeling risky and dumb. Maybe you fit a pattern and I'm stuck in one. Always assuming I found my soulmate, believing so easily that fate brings people together. But I also have a habit of forming emotional tethers, becoming extremely attached. This could be a good thing, but it could also be bad, and maybe I'm too much for everyone, but maybe not. Maybe you'd want to come home to me. You wouldn't mind me always wanting to see you, to be around you, to just come over and write, watch a movie, and stay the night. Probably DreamWorks or something Pixar, but we both love dinosaurs, so maybe Jurassic Park. It's innocent and cute, even though we're adults, and I'm not sure you could love someone with so many faults. But every morning I would wake up, turn on a cartoon, and choose you, because you've become a safe blanket for me to tuck into.
One more time! On deck, I'm gonna do a poem. I guess we have enough time for me to do a poem. Actually, no. On deck, we're gonna have Adrian. Adrian, you do it. Sorry, Adrian, you're on deck. Next we have Melissa. We got Melissa.
Is there another Melissa? No. So these flowers are for a poem I wrote when I was 17, but I also just wanted to say that it's been almost exactly 9 years since I first read at the Poetry Room. I just want to thank Misaki and Berlin, and it's been a really good 9 years. Okay. Covered in gliding blue. Points of starlight reflecting from each of these many surfaces. Curves, shallows, pillows, valleys, velvet. Oh my God, I grabbed the wrong poem. This is the poem I read last time. Can I grab the other poem?
You want to do it? And then we'll have Adrian go. Adrian go. You go.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, no, sorry. Like, this sounds really familiar.
You still got to introduce Adrian though.
No, I don't know.
Adrian.
And that's okay.
No one needs to have their stuff memorized, right, Misaki?
He expects more of me, and I understand it. All right. New shit. And these flowers go out to my husband. This poem is mathematical, my literary attempt at using a universal language to explain to my cisgender smoke show of a husband that loving him scares me. Because it erases the full sum of who I am, not because of him, who bellows belief into every facet of my dreams, but because the world sees our love as a solution to the problem that is my sexuality, as in, Adrian plus a man equals heterosexuality. Oh my God, thank you, she finally makes sense. We were so worried we'd be dumbfounded by the undefined value of X, as in Adrian plus X equals Y. Don't we know which gender she prefers? And how can we solve the equation of Adrian when there are simply too many unknowns, as if the key to understanding my sexuality is a multiple choice test? And the answer is D, insufficient information to answer this question. How do I tell the world I'm not a problem for it to solve? To keep its pencils. How do I tell the world I'm not a problem for it to solve? To keep its pencils and its erasers off the paper of my love. And yes, I do enjoy the shaft and the eraser. Not to mention the graphite, the wax, the clay, and the little metal piece that binds the eraser and the pencil bits together. 'Cause see, there are more than two parts to a pencil. I mean, there are more than two genders and sexes to love, but let me stop. Because if Adrian plus X is too complicated to solve, then I don't want to confuse the world by introducing new variables. Still, this poem is mathematical, my means of simplifying the fractured fractions of my sexual orientation, which is to say my fears about loving my husband and my anger at the world's perception of me share a greatest common factor, namely the judgment I've passed on others, as in, nah, she's not really bi, I mean, she's never even been with a woman, and the judgment I've passed on myself, as in, after finally coming out from behind decades of self-imposed bi invisibility, no theoretical math can change the fact that marrying a man feels like hiding again. But if we remove the common factor of judgment and subtract the unknowable X from both sides, this poem equation produces an obvious solution. No matter who love adds to my life, I still equal myself.
Let's go again. On deck is going to be me, next is Melissa. Let's get over Melissa.
One of my intrusive thought fears just happened. I'm still here. It's windy. Blues, blacks, silvers, purples gleaming, reflecting starshine points, infinite haze of glow. Gather self in arms, huddle toward soft earth. Grass and clover, brushing eyelash kisses to cheeks, temples, lips, eyelids, forehead. There's a thought number 2. Wow. Wrapped in breezy nocturnal mist, waking while world urges to sleep. In between, carried off to dreams, through a walkway or thrown into the infinite night sky, ever to float, never returning. Thank you.
Let's go for Melissa one more time. On deck, we have Olivia, because Olivia said she had the best poem of the night and she wants to shut it down. So she said, I don't care, I have to be the last poet. And she was like, all right. I was like, okay, cool. All right, I got some new shit. If my life was a Netflix show, it would have episodes called something like Costco again? Cardigans, single dad swag. How many times do I have to pee? Ridiculous titles, funny for a second, but there's an episode I can't get out of my head. It's Kelly, my friend, my mentor. She was killed by her husband. I don't know what to call that kind of silence, so I call it dead air. Kelly was every poet's emergency contact. She carried a giant purse with everything everybody ever needed. A phone charger, pain pills, and even a petty little remark about the new girl you're dating. She packed for people like emergencies were expected. She was never the background character, never treated her friends' issues like a rerun. She would slap anyone who dared talk bad about me, especially if it was me. She was the type of friend who would drive 90 minutes rather than call, just to listen without fixing. She taught me silence doesn't always mean distance. Sometimes silence just means someone stayed. And I don't have that many friends or people I can trust like that. So when she died, it felt like a robbery. Who will I call when my son spirals again, back-to-back episodes like a late-night marathon without a commercial break? Who will I talk to when I doubt everything I am writing and nothing seems to be going my way? It feels like some kind of stick-up, and reality is in a mass I can't even face. She was my favorite vault of secrets, the definition of safe. If my life was a Netflix show, this would be the episode where I realized I've been binge watching my own life blur by. It was always Kelly who showed up when things were falling apart. So of course, she was still teaching me, even in leaving. I want to be a friend like she was to everyone who leave the porch light on and the door unlocked. to let people carry things I've been holding alone. I want to write a book not to be remembered, but to be found by whoever needs it. Her poems never sounded like a performance. It sounded like pulling up a chair. She taught me a loud voice isn't needed for every poem. Sometimes you let the audience come to you. The best writers know how to listen. She knew silence was there where the real punchline lived. She put away her laptop to have dinner, even with work emails and papers still due. She lived like people were worth showing up for, so I'm trying to do the same. Stop postponing my life, answer the phone, show up tired, stay longer than convenient, let the good come in with the bad, and this is how she lived. Like life doesn't get automatically renewed. No one knows when their last season is. And somewhere in all of it, the screen goes quiet and I listen. No credits, no countdown, no more autoplay. Just a question left hanging in the dark, like she's giving me one last lesson. Are you still watching? Y'all can clap for that shit. I know it's good, because I wrote that shit. All right, let's give it up for Olivia one more time. Let's give it up for Olivia to shut this shit down. Let's go, Olivia. Best poem of the night. Let's go.
I got it, girl. I was in a band. I want to give my flowers to Janine Serzo, who's not here tonight, but the reason that I fell in love with poetry. She was my mentor who introduced me to the Robin Theater / the Poetry Room, and who's become a really close friend of mine. I also want to give them to all of you who have shown me nothing but love and made being courageous dangerously easy the last 4 years. So thank you. Scattered. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I've been wanting to journal. I have a whole bunch of stuff I've been wanting to figure out. Like if I belong in the park in Brooklyn or in the pond I swam in last summer. I tell myself it's chic to not know what's next. I think of my friend Riley, who has been mentioned in now 2 of my poems and lives in Paris. She has a heart the size of an ocean, though I haven't held it in real life quite yet. I want what she has. I want that joy to be deliciously in love with a brunette and have a cigarette dangle from my lips, and ride on the back of a motorcycle so fast I don't know if it's the wind coursing through me or God.
Yeah. No, give up. Hold on. Look, aren't you supposed to make that announcement? What? She's leaving. She's moving away. That's why you wanted to be the last one. Can we clap it up for Olivia? We're done. Can you sit down? Do you want to come up? Do you have anything else?
I didn't know if you were going to say.
No. Do you have something to plug?
No.
You guys are ever in Denver? Hit me up.
Denver. Give it up for Denver. That's awesome.
Denver Avenue in Lansing, Michigan. It's cool. After this, and if you ever signed up and been on stage, we'd like to take a group photo in May. Also, Dylan had invited me and to all of you to go next door. He said he wants to get cider, and I was like, I haven't had apple cider in so long, but I thought that was a fall thing, but next week. What? I don't think. What?
Alcoholics.
I don't do that. Anyways, next week I will be in Detroit for Slam. Did you sign up?
Wait, which one?
Are you in it?
Which one?
The one that Malachi's hosting. Oh, I'd love to get revenge on you.
Are you in it?
Oh, fudge. And then the week after that, Ipsy is trying to start this poetry series open mic as well that I'll be featuring at on June 5th that you all can come to that too.
That's my birthday?
That's your birthday? I guess we could celebrate your birthday at a bookstore then in Ipsy.
I will be in Ipsy, sorry. I'll be in Max.
Bring best wishes.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to share? I do want to. You go.
No, please. You're really.
I do want to. Okay. The poetry room was actually Dylan's idea. It's true. And I only said yes because I was going back to school and because I got a full ride, so I was like, okay, cool. And then I thought I could just see my friend once a month immensely, like all my friends, because I was friends with a lot of artists and musicians and whatever. And I was like, I'll see you all once a month, and it became a bigger thing. So we could clap it up for Dylan. Dylan gives up a lot for Dylan. Dylan gives up a lot. We should give up for Claire too. Like Claire sacrifices a lot, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not co-host with anybody for the longest time, and Dylan knows that. Like, I had the hardest time. So when people go, hey, can I co-host? I'm like, you didn't go through what Claire had to go through for 4 years. Because, like, I refused to co-host after, like, a certain experience. I was like, I don't want to do this, that, and the third. I can do it by myself, but Claire, you really deserve all the kudos. I feel like... You ever watch the movie Up? I'm like the old man who's grumpy, and then she's just kind of like, oh, I love poetry so much. And then I was like, fine, God, come on, let's go. And you can shut it. But we are all hanging out afterwards.
Okay. Well, that sounds like that's right. We're all hanging out afterwards. Yeah. And I'll just give that right back to Misaki. I mean, none of us would be coming here and doing this without Misaki's like passion for all this and getting new people to come and to co-host and read and encouraging people. I certainly wouldn't be as involved as I am in the space in Lansing or just in spoken word in general or being so comfortable on stage had it not been for his just like really selfless belief in me. And I feel like I speak for others when I say that as well. So thanks for another great season.
Hooray!
Misaki. And Dylan, always, of course, and all of you. And we'll see you in
August. We also have the Summer Slam.
Oh, come to the Summer Slam. Sorry, that was a little bit. Last time we had the Summer Slam, it was just so awesome and amazing. And I feel like it could be even more awesome and amazing with an even more awesome and amazing audience because you guys were great tonight. And it is
August 29th, we're bringing back Ayana and we're bringing back Sheb, who was the world.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Awesome.
We're bringing
August
world
29th.
champions here, alright? This is how we do this shit.
And then also in August, the open mics resume. And if you're gonna forget this information, which is not a dig, it's totally fair and honest because that's in months from now, you should follow the Poetry Room's socials, which are just the Poetry Room, I think. So keep up to date and come back.
Let's take a picture. Let's
take a picture. And thanks for listening to all that. And we love you. Bye.
Bye.